Hello, and welcome to our Energy Connect studio at ADIPEC 2023. I'm delighted to be joined by Dany Rahal, Vice President Digital Middle East North Africa with SLB, and by Sid Batia, Area VP General Manager Dataiku for Meta Region. Thank you both for joining me.
Thank you, Julian, for having us. I'm very excited to be here, very excited to be talking to you with Sid.
Absolutely, pleasure's all ours.
Great. Now, Dany, I want to start off with you. What's your take on challenges faced by the energy sector here in the Middle East that can be supported by digital and AI?
Thank you for the question, Julian. So, first of all, if you look at the energy landscape in the Middle East, you will see that most of the hydrocarbon production is coming from aging and mature reservoirs. Our customers today in the Middle East are ramping up production, whether it's oil production or gas production. So if you look at the timeline between 2020, at the horizon between 2020 and 2030, you will see that the average growth rate expected for oil production is 22%, and for gas production is 33%. Now, while our customers are very focused on ramping up production, whether it's oil or gas, they need to do this at low cost, right? So they want to continue to be low-cost producers, and at the same time, they need to do this at low emissions as well, which is obviously the topic of this ADIPEC, about decarbonizing faster together. So one important aspect as well is that the customers globally and in the Middle East specifically are realizing more and more the importance of digital as an enabler of this journey. So basically, when you look at emerging digital technologies like cloud, IoT, edge, etc., all of these technologies are enablers of this transition journey. And AI, artificial intelligence, is at the heart of it because AI can help our customers improve productivity, help engineers and geoscientists become more efficient as well into day-to-day jobs.
Yeah, that's interesting. Sid, I want to bring you here on that point about AI. What are the biggest challenges for organizations wanting or looking to, scale up AI here in the Middle East region?
Great question. So thank you very much for that. So, scaling AI is the key for every organization. It's one thing to actually, embark on a journey with one particular use case on open source Python. But it's a completely different ballgame when you're trying to scale AI within the organization. There's certain challenges, not just in the energy sector, but in general. And I think the first biggest challenge as far as Middle East is concerned is the talent gap, where you need to involve all talents within the organization. So data science, as we speak in 2023, is not just about the data scientist community. We've got to make sure that, people from all personas, all different departments actually contribute to this. So first is to address the talent gap. The second thing is, you've got to make sure that you are able to deliver more analytics much more faster. And for that, what you need is basically some sort of an end-to-end framework that helps you do that. Because if you look at AI is a team sport. You've got various different departments or different functions within an organization that need to overlap. So you've got the business teams, the IT teams, the data teams, and you've got to make sure that you have an end-to-end approach that is very comprehensive in nature, right from data ingestion to manipulation of data to building and applying machine learning models, to then operationalize these models and making sure that they're very well monitored as well. Last gap that I see in the market is around trust. I think at the end of the day, you're creating, the insights, but the business leaders need to embrace it. And that can only come in if you involve the business leaders early in the conversation. Those are the challenges, and I think the good news is, as Dataiku, with a very close partnership with SLB, we provide the solution that sort of, fits in the gap quite completely.
Thanks a lot, Sid. And Dany, how is the partnership between SLB and Dataiku helping customers address the challenges that Sid just talked about?
Absolutely. So on our side, first of all, we're very excited by the partnership we have with Dataiku. What we're doing in this partnership is that we're bringing the best of both organizations. If you look at SLB and MENA have been operating in many of the countries in MENA for more than 80 years. Actually, just last week, I was in Iraq, and I was celebrating with customers and partners 85 years anniversary of SLB in Iraq. So we've been present in this region for many, many years. SLB also brings deep domain experience, deep technical knowledge, and we have also technical platforms. We have global reach and local presence as well. Now, what we've done is that we've coupled all of this with the best-in-class enterprise AI platform, Dataiku, that helps our customers as well democratize access to AI. This is a very important point. What does it mean by democratizing access to AI? Is basically upskilling talent that Sid mentioned, basically teaching and upskilling domain experts like petrophysicists, geoscientists, reservoir engineers, petroleum engineers on AI so they can become more efficient. Dataiku as a platform as well is very simple to deploy, very simple to use. It can offer low-code, no-code capabilities, which is important for our SMEs. And it can be deployed on-prem. A very important topic in MENA is the deployment model can be done on-prem because of some restrictions when it comes to data residency, and it can also be deployed on the cloud, part of our Delphi offering as well in SLB. So all in all, we're bringing the best of both organizations, and we're very excited by this partnership on our side.
Sid, how is Dataiku keeping up with the changing customer needs that are out there and continuous innovations we're seeing in the AI space?
So very, very hot topic right now is generative AI. We all had the ChatGPT movement some time back, and huge focus from a lot of organizations to embrace large language models, the LLMs as we call them. Now, we've taken a very unique, very strong, we are the pioneers in this industry. We very recently, about a week back in New York, announced the LLM mesh, and that is our answer to the latest and greatest developments happening in the generative AI space. Now, LLM mesh is basically a framework that we offer as Dataiku, which gives the choice to the customers to make sure they're able to embrace generative AI at scale in a very secure manner, in a very cost-effective manner, in a manner that can be embraced across the organization. Now, LLM mesh, what it really does is that first it gives you the choice. So if you look at the various API services out there by various vendors, there tends to be a vendor lock-in. So what LLM mesh really does is that it gives the choice to the organization to look at the business problem that they have, that they're trying to solve, and look at the best model that's actually available. So the power of choice is given thanks to the LLM mesh. Secondly, at the same time, the cost is something that cannot be ignored because generative AI is not a cheap affair. It's an expensive affair, and no matter how accurately you sort of define the cost, there are times when the cost can go out of control as well. And this is where LLM mesh helps you the analysis that's required to take a very well-informed decision. Last but not the least, I would say is around compliance. You've got to make sure that when you're embracing generative AI use cases, you have complete control, you have the right governance, because if you don't have that, there'll be, financial fines, penalties, reputation losses, and so forth. So our answer to latest and greatest that's happening in the generative AI space is LLM mesh, and that is a good example of how we care about our customers and how the needs and wants of the customers is at the heart of Dataiku strategy. So the latest versions of Dataiku already have the LLM integration. So we're pretty innovative and addressing the needs of the market that matter in this moment.
That's really good to hear, Sid. And just before we go, as you said, the partnership, we're very excited. All the best for it. And, it sounds like exciting times ahead.
It is, absolutely.
I think with the partnership that we have with the domain expertise that you bring in, Dany, and with the technology piece that we have, I think it's a win-win partnership for the regions.
Thank you so much for having us, Julian.
Thanks, everyone, for watching. And I look forward to bringing more studio interviews from the show floor in the coming days.